We've lost the ability to say what we mean. For most of us, it starts early and erodes us slowly over time. I was a sensitive kid. I don't know if I was sensitive because I was artsy or vice versa. They seem to go together in my head, though. My dad loved to watch curling on the CBC. Almost every second commercial was either Robbie and the Play Safe campaign, featuring real kids who lost limbs in accidents, or the foster parents plan. Felt like the programmer was hired specifically to put me in tears. I was a sensitive kid, but I was also a kid who became a 300-foot granite wall when people picked on me, or picked on others. I danced ballet. I rode a pink girl's bike. Basically, I painted a big moving target on my back. I wasn't trying to make any grand statement or anything, it was just who I was. My heart always led me to things that upsized its container, and weirdly, the things that brought me the most joy were the same things that seemed to make other kids angry and petty. When we get picked on, our ego writes us a whole late-night infomercial around how we're safer just staying away from the world, that we need to adjust who we are to who we're with. Stay inside your mind, all for 3 easy payments of $49.99. I'd lie in bed in the weird greenish glow of the panelescent nightlight, my enthusiastically appreciated Stretch Armstrong held tightly under the covers. Instead of replaying the game of kick the can that lasted until my mom called me in for the third last time, or feeling proud that I finally climbed the neighbor's big red maple tree, I'd stare at the ceiling, poking and prodding at all my weak spots. They're only playing with you because their parents made them. They only keep you around so they have someone to pick on. I'd share something exciting with the neighborhood kids, and sometimes they laughed with me, and sometimes they laughed at me. A mask was essential for surviving this, so of course I made one. With my mask on, I could nod and smile, laugh at all the right times, and stay inside my shell. It was a painful lesson to learn that the mask on its own was never enough, that what we say and how we say it also has to change. There's 1,000 unspoken rules here, with a level of nuance that even a 9th-degree black belt in EQ could never figure out, much less an artsy kid or a sensitive teenager. Self-censoring becomes synonymous with being polite. I practiced hard and became an expert at protecting my feelings and the feelings of everyone around me. All it cost me was my true self. Don't share too much. Only say things that won't get you teased. Don't let them see that they actually hurt your feelings. This was my baseline, and of course it carried on into adulthood. One afternoon I was on the phone chatting with a person who, for me, goes way beyond the word friend. We talked about inane stuff, politics, parking lots. There was silence on the line, and then he said, "You know, Peter, we've known each other for over 25 years. We've spent thousands of hours together, and sometimes I feel like I have no idea who you really are at all." This was a 1,000-pound brick falling right on my chest. How could this person, of all the others in the world, not know me? Did he not listen when I talked? I really had to sit with this. Here was one of the smartest, most emotionally aware people that I knew. And if he couldn't see me, who had I been showing all this time? It was painful and almost impossible to stomach because it showed me not only how little others knew me, but how little I knew or understood myself. You can't share what you don't have. This was the real start of forgiveness, for needing to build walls around the free spirit that I'd left behind so many years ago. The old me didn't give up without a fight, and the siren song of old rules still whispers once in a while. If you say it like that, they'll laugh at you for being wrong. If you use those words, they may use them like a weapon and bludgeon you. If you just agree everything will be fine, it doesn't matter if they really know you, because they probably won't like you anyway. What this eventually led me to see was that every single person that I interacted with was also trying desperately to figure out how to give as genuine a non-authentic response as they possibly could. There are some things that I've learned that help me to get back to more authentic and fulfilling relationships with others. Maybe they'll help you too. Say what you mean. This seems obvious, but here we are. Don't say it mean. This one's easier than it sounds sometimes. It's important enough that if you don't feel strong enough to do this, it's better to postpone the conversation until you feel that you can. It's okay to get to the point. 15 warm sentences full of analogies and fancy imagery don't help unless you're writing a movie review about Lord of the Rings. The apology tour only leaves room for misunderstanding. If you need to apologize for something, that's a separate thing. So do that if you need to. But sharing what you honestly think or feel doesn't need an "I'm sorry" attached to it. Prepare yourself emotionally for the response. Your feelings are yours. Their feelings are not yours. The payoff for my isolation was a false sense of security. My friend helped me see what the payoff was really costing me. It's been quite a few years of working at this. Sometimes I still feel that little kid tugging on my sleeve to say something short and agreeable, or just nod and smile. We both know deep down that it will just lead to lonely. There's a free tool on my website if you want to dig into this further. If you'd rather talk it through with a real person, you can book a free conversation there too. Next week, we're switching gears. See you then.